Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, so I'm gonna do a quick get ready with me using the Westman Atelier spring edit gift set that Bergdorf's Goodman was offering. I don't see this particular set being offered. I think it's currently sold out. I'm not sure if they're gonna restock, but all of these pieces are available for purchase at Sephora. So I think the only thing in here that is limited edition is the petal lid up stick, but that is actually part of the petal edition, and you can get that gift set Nordstrom, pretty much anywhere that sells Westman Atelier. And the mini blush stick, which I think for right now is just exclusive to the Westman Atelier website, but I think that that color is gonna be part of like the permanent line, so quote me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard a rumor that it's gonna be added to the blush collection. So anyway, you can still buy it separately on the Westman Atelier website. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I've been gone for a while because I moved, and yes, that is exciting news. It is. Oh, by the way, if I get any questions about this lavender hair clip, I got it at Ulta a while back, so I believe they still have it. Anyway, I moved, and a lot has happened with that move, and which is why I haven't been on here. I really thought that I was gonna just pack my stuff, move, kind of maybe be gone for a month tops, set up my camera, and go about my life. No, no. The Lord had other plans. So here we are 3 months in. I have literally kept all of my monthly empties because you guys know I did that video at the beginning of the year of all the things I plan to pan, and so that's the reason you'll be seeing those videos following of what I've used up, etc. Anyways, this little gift set came with this Westman Atelier Complexion Drops sample pack, and it actually has Atelier 3 in here, which I think is my shade right now. So I'm gonna use the complexion drops on my face for this video. Anywho, we moved and we're remodeling the bathroom, the master bathroom, and that went great, but we had a lot of unexpected things that happened, and the major thing that came up that we could not ignore and we had to take care of immediately. By the way, please obviously this is why you see all the chaos in the background. I am not done setting up my office. This has really been put on the back burner because we have had some more pressing serious issues come up, and so literally I've had movers in this, construction workers in this house every single weekend since we moved in. Okay, that sample pack had nothing, basically nothing in it. So I had to pull out my full bottle, and this one is in shade number 2. This one's a little too light for me right now because I've gotten a little bit of sun this summer. So I think 3 would have been a little bit better, but whatever, we'll warm it up with some bronzer. So back to my story. I have had construction workers here every single weekend since we moved in for the past 3 months. Yeah. Reason being is that, thankfully God put the right people in our path to help us out. I'm using my Westman Atelier brush for this. This is called the liquid blender, and I'm just going in with those complexion drops all over my face. So basically when we moved in, we were remodeling the bathroom, and so we had to cram all of our stuff into the one bathroom, the second bathroom on the other side of the house. And my husband and I were sleeping in the guest bedroom. Like, we shoved as much as we can fit in our guest bedroom, which, by the way, the bedrooms in this house are pretty big. They're much larger than the bedrooms in our other house. So, you know, I had my work office in there, in our the guest bedroom and all that. So we fit in there. Okay, but we were still crammed. Why? Because anybody who's had construction in their house knows that there's a lot of dust everywhere. So because our bathroom was still being done, we couldn't sleep in the master bedroom because there was just dust everywhere. Our stuff was gonna get full of dust. People were working in there, painting, you know. So there was that going on. Now, when we moved into this house, we knew that there was a small leak that the fridge had, and one of the wooden planks on the floor, because this house has natural wood floors, was warped, and we knew we were gonna have to replace that one. And truly, I don't know what happened. We're in the process of kind of just like getting all that situated and the inspection and all that. But when we had the workers come out to replace that, and they lifted it, it had black mold. So let's have a moment of silence for that. You heard right, black mold. So at that point, we had to basically run. Chaos, because we needed to find the margins of how far that black mold went. So basically, it took up a third of the living room, a third of the kitchen, and a third of the entryway of like where we come in through the front of the house. Now, the way that this house is set up, the kitchen is in right smack in the middle of the house, which means that in order for you to be able to get to any other part of the house, you have to walk through the kitchen. So you can understand how that it needed to be done immediately. Like, we didn't know how long that was there. We don't know, you know, we had already been living in the house for 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, and we were breathing it in. My daughter was breathing that in, my animals were breathing that in. So here we are. The chaos happens. I have to leave my mom, my daughter at my mom's. Thank God that, you know, she was able to take care of her in the meantime, and then they just start ripping things up, because that's the only way that you're gonna be able to know how far the mold goes on the floors and the walls. So because we have wooden floor, like natural wooden floors, one plank, they're like really long. It's not like when you put like the fake wood floors, the planks are much smaller. The planks here are very long, which means that when you rip one out, you got to rip the whole thing out. So that was fun. It's also extremely difficult to lift off wood floors, and for those of you who don't know, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this because I don't know anything about interior design, but let me tell you why they get so excited when they find wooden floors, when they lift up other flooring. It's because they know that they are not gonna pay the money to have that removed and redone, okay? Because it's actually super difficult. I'm actually looking in the mirror here because I want to make sure that I have evenly distributed this foundation. So yes, that had to be taken care of. We had to knock down half of the kitchen wall and half of the adjacent wall. We had to completely remove the pantry, and so I'm using biscuit, by the way, and it was, guys, when I tell you it was chaotic, it's chaotic. Mind you, children pick up on your mood, your vibe, the environment, you know, that they're living in. So when there is chaos and it is unproportionately outside of what they're used to, they don't, at least my daughter, she wasn't about it. She wasn't about it. Why? Because I had to confine her to just her bedroom. And anybody who has a toddler knows that they love walking. Once they're able to walk, they just want to go, 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 go. And there's only so much you can walk in a room. So she wasn't happy about that. You know, it was very hard to keep her entertained. By the way, I'm gonna warm up my face with my Merit bronzer. I'm in the shade Clay. So it's already hard enough, you know, going through that. And we had to do like impromptu flooring because that was not part of our budget when we moved in. So we don't currently have the budget to remodel the kitchen. It's something that we knew like we were gonna do in the future when we moved into this house, but it wasn't something that we were gonna do right away. And so the budget, we had to kind of like redo kind of our master closet, you know, the organization part of it, we had to use for this thing. So now we're kind of trying to design our closet ourselves, and that's been an interesting little project. And mind you, my husband and I are the furthest thing away from Chip and Joanna Gaines, just for reference. Like we know nothing. Okay, we know nothing. We're like have you ever seen like Pinterest gone wrong? That's us. So anyways, God put the right people in our path, like to help us take care of this like mold situation. But these people, they have full-time jobs during the week, so they could only come on the weekend to do this job right. And it's really hard to find construction workers in my area that will do a really good job and are not trying to scam you or make you overpay. Very, very kind individuals. They're very professional and they really helped us out. Like there's gonna be a very special place in heaven for these guys. Super nice. But yeah, they were only able to come Saturday and Sunday, and that was a pretty big job. So here we are 3 months later, and so that's where I've been. Basically, this room became the dumping ground for the fact that we couldn't put anything in the pantry. We had to get everything out of the kitchen after we had already organized it. Our master bedroom couldn't be used, so a lot of things were being crammed into that bedroom we were sleeping in. So it felt like we went from one small house to this, like we felt like we were in a much bigger house, but we were still super crammed because we couldn't use half the house. Things we were not expecting. And my husband and I really were not in the market for a fixer-upper because, again, we're not Chip and Joanna Gaines. Like we have a very busy life, and on the weekends, like we're not like we don't consider it fun to like do house projects. That's not what we consider fun. We just kind of want to go out, take our kid to the park, play with our child, decompress from Monday through Friday. By the way, what I used to blend my contour and bronzer shade was the blender brush from Westman Atelier. All the brushes I'm using in this video are from the Westman Atelier line, so I hauled these brushes sometime in Christmas. So I'm gonna go in with the new blush shade in Mimi, and it is in this beautiful gray packaging. I'm using the baby blender brush, and this is what the color looks like. Let me swatch this for you on the back of my hand. It is like this pinky brownie nude blush. Anyways, we're not those people. So it has now become a little bit difficult to do our master closet, and we are trying to see what would be the price difference in having closet people come out and do it for us, because a closet, it is a walk-in closet, but it's a smaller walk-in closet versus doing it ourselves. Because guys, even though like I went to IKEA and stuff and we've looked on Amazon, these like closet furniture things are really expensive. And because I don't have a lot of experience with IKEA furniture, I need something that's gonna last me forever. I don't want to have to replace it in 5 years, you know what I mean? So if you guys have like experience with IKEA furniture, leave me a comment down below. I really want to know what the longevity with it is. I'm bringing the blush up to my temples because I've really been into a little more prominent blush during the summer. And I'm not gonna lie, this shade is absolutely stunning. I think I actually like it more than Petal. I'm putting just some on the bridge of my nose. And this brush from Westman Atelier is really nice to blend out her little blush here, her blush sticks. I kind of just use like patting motions. This is really pretty. I like this color a lot. Okay. And so pretty much that's just been the chaos that's been going on at my house. We literally last weekend just finished getting rid of the mold and putting in just some impromptu flooring that kind of matches, because like I said, we're not ready to do floors. Like we didn't even think about that. So I mean, we just got something that would match for the time being. And it's been like, we haven't even had like a housewarming party, like to you know, have family and friends over. You know why? Because my house has black mold and I don't want your children getting sick. Okay, so here we are. Okay, because this gift set has the Petal highlighting stick in it, I don't want to use a new one because I already have one from my Petal edition set that I hauled yeah, during the, I think it's earlier this year, yeah. And so I'm just gonna use the one that I've been using. And for reference, I love this highlighting stick and I hope that she makes it part of her permanent collection. Like, look how much I've used already. I use this on my lips. I use this on my lips and on my cheekbones. I just love the way that this looks. And because I don't like my hair sticking, I'm not gonna put it on my lips because there's a lip product in this set that I'm gonna use. Because I don't like my hair sticking to my face, I actually, for the first time, tried setting it with the setting powder that this gift set brings, and it looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to leave it like this. Like if I'm gonna wear my hair up, I would leave it this way just because I love the color that much. And it does start to sink into the skin, but it doesn't fully dry down. So therefore your hair will stick to it. It's just inevitable, you know, unless you have like super dry skin, which I don't. So I set it a little bit because I don't like my hair sticking to my face. But I do love this color, and once it becomes part of the permanent collection, it is a color that I will be repurchasing. And so my husband was kind enough to set up my desk and my computer last weekend just so that I could be able to film today, because it's just been one thing after the other. We had to buy a new fridge, which, by the way, because the fridge was leaking, that's what, you know, that's what had caused the leak to begin, like the mold to begin with. And while we were living here, it leaked again. So we ended up having to run out and get a new fridge. Again, things just very last minute, things that you can't really think too much about. You gotta move. Because we had already done a new pantry, replaced the wall and the flooring, and then the fridge starts to leak again. Yeah, my sanity, part of my sanity was left in that kitchen. So my husband and I are tapped out. So it's been rough, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's been rough. And that's the reason why you haven't seen me like post much of anything. Because I haven't had nice things to say. So usually when you don't have nice things to say, you shouldn't say anything at all. So here we are. The setting powder that came with this particular gift set is the translucent shade, and it comes in this really pretty, like, shiny packaging. This is gold. And the reason I tell you is because there's one of these that come in like rose gold. So they're not all the same color. I do find it a little bit difficult to open at first, because I didn't realize it had like a little like ridge where you were like supposed to stick your finger in. But yeah, so here we are. I'm using her powder brush to apply some of this all over my face. If you're using the complexion drops, I would swirl my brush in there, you know, very lightly, because what's gonna happen is you'll get like a little bit of hard pan, because I'm not sure the camera is gonna pick it up because the lighting in here is terrible, because I have a ring light on, because the one day I'm gonna sit down to film, it looks like a hurricane's hitting Florida. But because these aren't like new products, you know, and this is kind of just a quick get ready with me, I just thought you guys needed an update, and I needed to sit down here and just catch up with you guys because it's been a lot. I'm sitting on a box of printer paper, and I have a little tiny table that I got off of Amazon that actually Shelby Wilson featured on her channel, and I fell in love with it and I bought it off of Amazon, that I also haven't been able to fully set up. So yeah, it's been a lot. This room, I can't even show you this room right now. Like that, guys, that's not even the half of what this room looks like. And it looks so much better. It looks so much better. But the chaos that is this room is lovely. It's very lovely. But you know what? I'm here. And that's all that matters, right? At least I'm able to sit down and film, and we just gotta take our small wins. So this powder, like I said, this is not my first time using it. I actually used this powder the first time yesterday, and it was just as nasty yesterday. It was raining and muggy and nasty, and this held up so nice. My makeup, like my complexion drops, like, you know, it's like a very dewy foundation, held up so well with this powder. And I just use tapping motions for this, and I press it under the eyes just to prevent any creasing. And the reason I've been using my complexion drops is because I've been so stressed out that my skin has taken a toll. And because the complexion drops is like skincare in a bottle, I'm gonna say, for those of you who don't believe in like the, you know, that makeup's makeup and skincare is skincare, I used to be on that boat, but these complexion drops have seriously helped my skin on days where it's just been very stressed out and not doing its best, which has been every day for the past 3 months. And I've been really enjoying you know, using it, and it wears good throughout the day. It's gonna crease if you don't set it. I have combination oily skin, and it is a very emollient foundation. But I find that when I set it, I don't get that creasing. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the one shade eyeshadow that this set brings, which is Tabak. And it is this beautiful bronzy gold shade. I have my ring light on because I've always filmed in natural lighting. Because of this, I just don't like the way that artificial light looks. It's the best I could do today, you know. I'm gonna swatch this for you guys. This is the way it looks like on my finger. It is a true bronze shade. And you can, this shade is sold separately, for those of you who are wondering. And this particular shade is her original formula of the iPods. The I Love You set, those iPods have a completely brand new, different formula. It's more powdery. This is the original formula. So it is just this bronzy, orangey kind of shade. It is beautiful, not gonna lie. This is like one of her best-selling shades, which is why she sells it as a single. The other one that she sells as a single is like this champagne, white champagne shade that comes in the Lenu shade, tripod set. I actually have that set, and that is one of my favorite shades. I do love that. I'm going in with the Westman Atelier eyeshadow 1 brush to apply this all over the lid. And so yes, that is what's been going on. That's why I've been lost. And we have, even though all of this has happened, I just want to be clear, my husband and I were very happy we bought this house. We don't regret the decision that we made. We fully believe that this is the house that God had for us. We prayed a lot before purchasing this home, you know, for God to, you know, give us a sign that this was our house. For the past 2 years, my husband and I have been on the market looking for a home, and we've consistently prayed that we want the house that God has for us, not the house that we think we want, because we have learned that usually what God has for you is gonna be 10 times better than anything that you could have wanted for yourself. And so God knows our hearts, and he knew what kind of home we were gonna need, what kind of home was gonna be perfect for our family. And you know, the way that this house, you know, the way that we got this house, we just knew that this one was the one for us. We put many offers on many houses within the past 2 years, and every single time something would happen and it wouldn't go through, and we just knew it wasn't for us. So by the way, this is the Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm in the shade Mapouche. I don't know French, so I think I'm pronouncing that right. However, when I read that, because I don't know a lick of French, I'm not gonna tell you what I thought that said. But anyway, here we are in our new home. We're happy it's over. We can now actually dedicate our time to unpacking the rest of our boxes and actually organizing our house, setting up our office and our workspaces, because both my husband and I work from home. And so this room that I'm in, which is sort of considered like the mother-in-law suite, is actually where it's going to be my filming and my workspace. For those of you who don't know, I don't do YouTube full-time. I actually have a full-time job. And so this room is big enough where I can use it for both. And my husband and I will no longer be sharing an office, which is great. I do like this color. It's a pretty pink. Let me swatch it on the back of my hand. I wouldn't have necessarily put it together with this eye look, but you know, who are we to question Miss Gucci Westman? It's a pretty shade. I think that the artificial light is kind of throwing off a little bit the color. I'm gonna get the black eyeshadow that I have from her, and then give me a second. So this black shade that I'm using is called Noir, and it is from the Le Nuit set, and it's just a black shade. It's kind of just a black matte shade in the pot, because I use this as an eyeliner. It has some shimmer in there. I'm just using the same brush, by the way. I'm using, because it's angled and like flat, I'm actually just using the edge of this. Gucci Westman, I've seen, has used this brush that way, and that's how I've been using it for this shade, and it has worked wonderful. I'm just gonna add a little bit, not too much. But yes, it's been rough over here. But here I am, so feel free to ask me any questions. For those of you wondering, my sweet baby angel, my daughter's been doing great. Thank God. None of us got sick from the mold and no symptoms. We did get a little bit of the flu that was going around, but nothing crazy. I just realized I wasn't showing you. So I'm just smudging this black shade on the outer corner of my eyes, and I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other side. She's been doing great. Now that she's able to roam around the house how she always wants to do, like, you know, how she originally wanted to do, she loves it. She is exploring the house. She loves doing laps around the couch in the living room. She loves playing with the pots and pans in the kitchen. That keeps her entertained for hours. So as long as she's able to roam free, she's fine. The moment I confine her to a space, she's not having it. She's not having it. So, I mean, I don't blame her. You know, toddlers, they have a lot of energy they need to get out. And that's the way they do it. They just walk everywhere. They touch everything. Honestly, I feel like my daughter is practicing for a marathon. She runs laps around our couch for hours. I look at my husband and I'm like, I don't know how she doesn't get tired. I don't know how she's not out of breath. Like, if I did that many laps around my couch, like, I would be like significantly have, you know, some kind of shortness of breath, you know? No, she's fine. Laughing, having the time of her life. Okay, this set also brought a full, by the way, all of these products are full size, in case you guys were wondering, in this set. This is the Westman Atelier mascara. This is the color Clean Black. All of these things come like in their own pouch, except for the blush and the eyeshadow, the single eyeshadow. So here is the mascara. And I do have to say, I have been slowly dabbling into and switching over to and trying to use cleaner products Not that I'm not gonna use what I already have in my stash, absolutely, because there are products that I love that are tried and true, that are not clean, but I do understand and I can appreciate these the clean beauty world. I do have to say I have noticed a big change in my skin when I use them. My Merit complexion stick is actually one of my favorite foundations. I use that the most out of the year. I'm probably halfway through my second tube right now, and because I've been wearing less makeup during the summer, I just like the way it wears on my skin with the heat and the humidity and my baby. I don't know, it just sinks into my skin where I start to look like I don't have makeup on. You know, you can definitely tell I have something on, but you do question, like if you're not super up close to my face, you would question whether or not I'm wearing makeup or not, and I am. It's just solid. I really can't, I don't have any complaints with the Merit line. The Westman Atelier line, I feel like I absolutely love. I love the luxury aspect of it. I love all of the active skincare ingredients that are in the products, because I have noticed a difference in my face, especially when I use the complexion drops. I feel like I've noticed a huge difference with that when I wear it. When I'm stressed out, it almost feels like I'm not putting on makeup. I feel like I'm putting on some kind of mask. I am gonna say though, this mascara, it is not like it's all over my face. Look at this. You guys, I'm not sure the camera is gonna pick that up, but I have like black particles all over my face already. So don't think this is gonna be something you can build up. And the formula is pretty dry. So I think this is already, first impressions, a miss for me. I don't care how clean it is, it cannot shed that way, because you know, I don't even think I can dust that off, because I put on the complexion drops, which is like a kind of dewy foundation, so you know that's gonna stick real bad. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not impressed with my first time using this mascara, to be quite frank. I'm gonna put some on my bottom lashes, because why not? But anyway, tell me how your summer's been. Have you guys taken, you know, most people go on vacation during this time because, you know, kids are out of school. But please tell me how your summer has been. Do you have better news than what I have delivered? I would love to hear what you guys have been up to, because I've been out of the game for a while. All right, that's it. Let me see if I can like dust away, you know, with my powder brush, those particles, because that's not cute. Well, okay, sort of. Okay, yeah, I was able to, you know, wipe it away. Okay, that's better. So the color is really pretty. I like this. It's definitely a very orangey shade. I am gonna use the, what is this called? The eyeshadow 2 brush, it is clean. I'm gonna soften the edges because I feel like it needs to be blended out. So I've already reviewed the iPods for you guys, and I continue to use my Lanew eyeshadow pads. As a matter of fact, I used it yesterday. I'm gonna tell you what I like about them. So I know that they don't last all day like a powder shadow, because that's just what it is. That's the truth. It doesn't. But the way that it like sinks into my skin and starts to slowly like disappear, it actually leaves a stain of the shade on my eyelids, which again contributes to, is she wearing makeup or is she not wearing makeup? And I love that. I love that by the end of the day, my makeup, like my face looks perfected, but you cannot tell I'm wearing makeup. And I know that I am, because the moment I wash it off, I can see my bare skin. I can definitely see the difference. But I have to say, I have been thoroughly enjoying my Westman Atelier products. I also have been testing out the liquid super loaded drops. This one I got Pot de Pêche. So far I like it, but a review of that will be coming soon as I use it a little bit more. But here is the completed look with the spring edit. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.